you're talking about.
I'm doing nothing but standing on the lot. I should be doing something.
I stand around for hours at a time.
Oh, God, I can't tell you how many hours a day I'm just standing on the lot and doing nothing but standing on the lot.
Yeah.
You're all using some kind of jargon that me no understand. Have to gently blow a ball
into a warm, fuzzy hole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Your viewing and listening pleasure.
They can't read at all.
I don't know how easy it is to discern between that.
Welcome to lunch, Jack and Laz.
Where the hell are they coming up with this crap?
Where nobody knows what the hell is going on.
Yeah. I blame Laz.
It's all Laz's fault.
That's right. It's all Laz's fault. Laz, technical difficulties.
Did you... welcome, I am Jack, and welcome to another edition of Lunch!
That's right.
With Laz and Jack. Yeah, it's 4 days off. I mean, it's like we've received a royal warrant, and then it's like, boom, we're out of here.
Take a break. Okay,
right.
we got to figure something out here. Why are we not broadcasting on the radio? We have dead air on the radio
4
at the
days,
moment.
and Laz technical difficulties broke the radio again.
I tell you, we actually.
Do I need to do it?
You may need to take over here real quick.
Okay. Crap.
Just so the folks out there in Radio Land can hear us. I actually checked the mics during one of the songs there, and I could hear Zepp and me talking as I was doing that. Let me just see what happens here.
Wasn't me. That's all I know.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't your fault. Let's see.
So it says you're on air right now.
Over. I know it says we're on air. I mean, that's there we go. Okay. All right. We got it now.
Okay, good.
Yep, it was a little setting there. And we apologize for that. We should have some live coverage here. I'm just waiting for it to kick in on the radio.
You mean we apologize for anything? What are you talking about?
Oh, of course.
That's not that's not the way we do things around here. Suck it up. Suck it.
Look it up. Okay, anyway, I see that's going out, and we'll wait for reports from Suck It Radio.
And we do have to say hello to everybody in Twitch right now. So GOG, Blood Omen, Botox, Slipstick,
there we go. As I can hear it.
Cystic Lemur. Although,
yes,
see, Laz is talking about and Gix. Laz is talking about the radio. Don't forget, we don't only just stream live to Twitch, but also to the in-game radio or WR.
It's a live simulcast. I don't know if that's a simulcast. We actually just broadcast live in all these places at the same time. I call it a simulcast.
Well. Simultaneous casting, so it would be a simulcast.
Yes, okay.
So I'll go for that. And then also we archive everything.
Everywhere. We're huge.
Yeah, coast to coast. You can't get away from us. Eventually, we'll show up on your door and sell you teleports and recall scrolls.
Knock, knock, knock. Are you JW75 at yahoo.com? Did you say Laz and Jack suck big? The old Jay and Bob, we're going to fly around the country.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, let's get back on track a little bit. For the record, today it is Tuesday, June 8th, 2017. Taco Tuesday. Now with bacon. Bacon making it even better. That's
bacon, egg, and cheese tacos all around.
Oh, I tell you, I don't care as long as it's got some bacon.
Bacon! Bacon.
Who's that going out there? Who's got the hot mic still?
Me. That was someone else that echoed, but it doesn't matter.
Bacon freak.
But
It's all
moving
good.
right along, we have all sorts of information for you guys and gals out there. Of course, we're going to just do a quick recap. We had the Telethon of the Avatar, Summer Telethon of the Avatar Part
Telethon.
1.
We had some aluminum castings. We had Royal Warrant. We had 4-day weekend where Friday update came out. We have new updates from Chris on his blog about a 2-year plan. We have what else do we have?
The new crowdfunding, but
Yeah,
we're not going to touch much on that, and I'm going to tell you all why, because our good buddy Zeke is going to be covering that topic between now and the end of that crowdfunding campaign on the Swap Shop Saturday nights between now and then. And he's going to be encouraging some open discussion on you folks who have questions and want to just talk about the ins and outs of that platform. So, again, that's going to be discussed on the Swap Shop with Zeke at its new time here on WRFB Radio Free Britannia from
So
6 to 8 Saturday night.
Okay, so the swap shop's being reduced down to 2 hours.
And moved up to 6 p.m. That is correct. That
Well, speaking
leaves
of
the
Zeke, it is his birthday.
Is it that old fart's birthday today?
According to the Facebook notification I received earlier, it is his birthday.
I hadn't checked Facebook. I haven't checked that at all today. It's always a good place to, of course, get people's birthdays from. But for Duke Ezekiel Cooper out there, Zeke, happy birthday to you.
Give us the numbers. Where are they?
Give it, well, not as old as you. Let's just put it that way.
It's 976.
Chill out. Cool.
Why is my
Still not as old as you.
50. You gotta get your prostate checked, buddy.
Hey, man.
Do that.
50 years old. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I just went. Of course, for those of you who follow my progress, one of the reasons why we took yesterday off was one of my doctor's appointments. I had to go see my nephrologist, checking up on those kidneys, and of course, now I got to go see a urologist. So, yeah,
Hey,
from the
I
urologist.
Did I tell you that I get to go
Tell
do
me.
more blood work? I mean, according
Yeah,
to
well, yeah.
so my
Standard
liver
practice.
enzymes are high.
That's not good.
Looks like 10 years of hardcore insulin use, or actually over 10 years of hardcore insulin use. Looks like my liver's finally decided to do something. It might have just
To,
been a fluke.
complain?
Because, yeah. Might be just
Yeah, that
fat.
That happens. But meanwhile, we got news galore. We've got some new folks joining the
We
team
don't have
here.
any. We don't have any news. What are you talking about?
Hey, well, yeah, we don't have nothing. Of course, we got a new member of the NBN Crew. Welcome to the guild, Alex.
Welcome.
Now, that happened during the fishing tournament the other day, so I want to welcome him. For those who know who Alex is, I'm not going to brag on him too much, but one of our more popular streamers out there.
Yay.
Yay, Alex. And then, of course, we've got 2 new additions to the WRFB Radio Free Britannia crew out there. And, of course, one of them is our own Wayne Klotz, actually, Arius. Arius has picked up a time slot on the radio every Sunday from 7 to 9 with the GMC Top 20. So check out Arius's show. And, of course, you'll be seeing him, of course, on stream like normal, doing his usual thing out there. And maybe even DJing a few of his own streams now. And, of course, last but not least, definitely, DJ Wanda. DJ Aso Wanda joining the WRFB team. And he's going to be joining us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. in the mornings. He's going to be rocking the airwaves for you folks. And starting your mornings off right here in Shroud Avatar. So check out DJ Wonder every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on WRFB Radio Free Britannia.
Yay!
So those are our updates. Just when crazy stuff's been going on, and of course, we're growing with the game, and we love this shit. I tell you, just glad to have these folks joining us. And
Yes,
again, if
welcome
you
to the
want to
team.
check us out, you want to be part of the team, you want to get yourself on the radio, you got something to say, you got some music you want to share, you think you got what it takes, give us a shout out. We're always here and always happy to talk to you, especially if you got some good stuff for the radio, whether you want to do talk radio, you want to do music radio, or you want to do a combination of both.
You just want to
Come
hang
on
out
down
on the
and talk to
radio?
us.
That's even good for me.
You just want to, we got all sorts of options here, and of course, come on down and talk to us. So let's get some news out to these folks.
Okay, so very, very quickly, we'll do update of the Avatar number 230 since that came out on Friday.
230.
And by quickly, I mean this thing is going to be done in like 3 minutes. So we have the.
Don't go that fast. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
We got a lot of news because you know what, Chris's update from the other day. We're gonna have to talk
he's
about
got
that.
three.
Hey, shh.
I want to do all his updates from the beginning of the month today. So
Okay, so the
it's only
Boreas.
4 updates.
Hey,
it's
you're
only
killing
4
my 3
updates.
minutes. You're killing my 3 minutes.
Hey,
You already wasted
I
45
know.
seconds of it.
You don't have
Okay,
3
so the
minutes.
Boreas Colossus scene was uncloned or will be uncloned in release 43. We have lots and lots of pictures from the Intrepid Explorer, and this is some great work by List Rostov, aka the Energy Vortex himself. Sorcerer Steve's been working on the Libris Ruins scene update.
Libris Ruins.
Yeah, so retouching that scene up. Don't forget those magical red plants, alien plants, are coming alive and doing other weird things.
Told you the aliens are real.
I know. The equity crowdfunding campaign. Remember, that's something that we're not really supposed to talk about because of.
Well, we can talk about it, but we can't talk about that and another topic at the same time. So we're just going to leave it alone. Like I said,
it's weird.
for the next 55 days or so, on Saturday, you can join Zeke every Saturday night, 6 to 8, and he'll be discussing just that while this crowdfunding campaign is going on. So if you want to talk about that, that is the place to go. He's put a shout out on the forums, by the way. So if you want to read up on that, you can go out there and check that out as well. Moving
I
right
think
along.
we can talk about it in segments, but we have to be very clear that we're talking about it
Right.
in segments.
We can't give advice, and we can't tell people what we think, and we have to let them make their own educated decisions based on the information on the website.
Yeah. Then after that, Summer Telethon did raise $115,000. Over the weekend, there were a bunch of flash sales. Then Barrick did do a tour of the Oracle Colossus, as well as talking about mail. The trophy room, don't forget, that was won by Daden Druck. Asseltine came in second. Runner-up were Treponin and Frost 2. And Caballero, with his Hall of Hammers, was an honorable mention, as well as Obsidian Tempest. And Rudyard. I don't know how to ever pronounce that. Mr. Kipling.
Mr. Kipling.
Yeah, that's right. Tech Talk Tuesday was decoding the Oracle and getting a bunch of questions for the stream. And that's what they were doing. See, I'm done. That's your weekend update. No need to go into details because you know what? I really want to talk about Chris's updates.
Well, okay. I hope you got a lot to talk about because there ain't much there.
Shh. I mean, that, or we could talk about Stand Up Corner. because something there is
we got all sorts of stuff to cover. There's all sorts of little details, but let's go right to Chris's blog. Of course, there is some good information out there and lots to discuss.
Okay, so since Laz wants to go all the way to the beginning of the month with 6-1, where it is time to get busy on performance, don't forget they're trying to improve performance by at least 50%.
50%.
Trying to double the game performance and trying.
Chris says he can do it.
Chris says he can do it.
Or he's shaving one of his developers' heads.
Yeah.
So.
I will let you know this, that when I was in the office, I asked him about the switch for turning on Vulkan.
Yes.
And, oh wow, Vulkan had some awesome performance as long as you like staring at black and white pixels.
Okay.
That's all it was black and white pixels. It was bad.
Oh.
So Vulkan wasn't working at all. So that is why it has not been added. And for some reason, Number of the Beast is not playing.
Number.
Told you, sheet music.
That's not.
He's not using sheet music.
Oh, it's not.
We don't use stinking sheet music.
You don't need no stinking sheet music.
You know how many scrolls I can make with the amount of ingredients that it takes to make one piece of sheet music?
Exactly. Try and make a ring. Make a ring.
Number of the Beast isn't working. What song am I going to play now?
I don't know.
Fear of the Dark?
How about some Raining Death?
You mean Raining Blood? But
Whatever.
Fear of the Dark. Okay, so performance increases. I'm hoping that he can get Vulkan support enabled, and because that's supposed to increase performance by 60% if it actually works. So that would be phenomenal.
It would.
So last Friday, this is a big one.
Friday.
So after a few discussions on player concerns, Chris agreed to take on publishing a roadmap of plans for the next 2 years.
Yes.
Roadmap of
Now,
plans
of
for the
course.
next 2 years.
Now, I'm thinking this has got a little bit to do with some of the information that was released in that crowdfunding perspective. Because in there were initially 2 dates, one which said it had a game release date, and another one had release Tuesday on it.
Careful.
And again, very interesting, but
Careful.
they had a timeline laid out. And yes, we can talk about the timeline. So we're not talking about, hey, go ahead, do this, do that, do the other thing. Yeah. And again, that's been since updated, but with that gave us a brief insight as to what their initial plans were to continue on with the storyline, in my opinion. That was just a little glimpse.
Yeah, but and without going into conjecture or anything else, we, based off of latest published information that we found somewhere, so story completion is still targeted for July, and they're still looking at second half of the year for actual launch.
Well, there's several articles out there that say between July and November. They are published out there. There are several reputable articles out there by some reputable publishers. So again, and it's been said to us by the folks down at Portalarium that release should be by year's end. Final release out the door. So
and
we could be looking at that.
During the telethon, I did ask Lord British off screen a couple of questions, one of which was, have they negotiated with manufacturers about the physical items that come with pledge rewards? They are in process of negotiations.
Yes, they are working on getting that stuff all together. Now, do we know is that going to be part of? Well, we can't talk about that.
Well, okay. So as soon as they go to live, that's when they have to ship out all of the pledge rewards, and they're going to ship them out
The material
in bulk,
rewards.
not in. Yes, the physical goods would come out at the exact same time. The interesting thing is they're not going to ship them. They're going to have to collect them all, and they're going to have to sort them all, and that's going to be insane.
Well, yeah, they're going to have to. That's an undertaking.
Yes, it is.
I have trust in Sarafina and the team down there who take care of that good stuff.
Rich
I
signed
just-
everything.
Occasionally comes into the office to help with doing anything.
Brecken, that's right. And
Did you notice what's on screen right now?
I've got
We've got some injured
Some-
mercenaries on screen.
I noticed. Yeah, I noticed a strange mercenary standing between us. I didn't catch the other one until just. Yes.
You mean all three of them? So this is the
I see
three
them
new
now.
models
I see them now.
for our injured mercenaries or wounded.
Loot them.
They're indestructible.
You could attack them.
You can't attack them.
Well, you know, we there was a bug report the other day. There was a little child lost in Owl's Head.
Was he summoned?
Tasty. It was very tasty.
Is you know, our little friend. She shows up here on set from time to time.
Just added.
You know who I'm
West here,
talking
look.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, a couple hundred.
What is the character's name? I forget off the top.
I'm not telling you because it's
Charlotte.
an-
Charlotte Gray. Charlotte Gray was reported in Owl's Head the other day. That was funny.
I just noticed that my journal has disappeared, and I don't remember right-clicking on it and just getting rid of it. My question.
Oh, I've got a hotkey for that now, so that it goes away when I want it to go away.
Okay. So then we end up with so I guess that was 6-5. So yesterday.
Good.
I forgot. Yesterday was Monday.
No, that was 6-4.
Well, that was
You were-
6-4
you were
that we were on. 6-5 is yesterday.
Correct.
Today will be a short day for Chris. He thinks after yesterday, he's done perusing Reddit. Why you would want to do that? I guess he's a slight masochist. Today his goal is to make sure the team is working on the right stuff in Starr's absence, because Starr is no longer in the sickbed. He is now in Spain.
What?
He is on vacation,
He is on vacation.
recovering.
So this is going to be nearly a month without Starr's presence in the office. The current plan for the buffs is to make most buffs longs, but still have some attached penalty to them, as they were. I don't
They're
know.
called a buff for a reason. So giving us a buff with a penalty is the exact
Counterproductive,
opposite
yeah.
of a buff, ain't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, what's going on with that, man? Really?
Well, this is a hot topic. This hit the
Say
chat
what?
room last night, and of course, it was moderately debated here in the chat room. Not much, but people were. Again, I think when people actually hear this, see this, we're going to see again a wave of complaints. It happens every time we have a change. People get all, but again, I gotta say, the idea behind a buff, I gotta agree with the folks who came in and said, you know, that's ridiculous. Isn't a buff a buff? Shouldn't a buff just buff you?
Yeah, well, you need a penalty
buff you
for
at
it.
the
We
same
already
time.
got enough penalties, man. God.
You know, if I'm a mage and I'm looking for a strength buff and you're going to take my focus away because I want a strength buff, well, you know what? Screw it. I don't need the strength buff that much. You know, if I'm going to be losing my major, you know, it just doesn't make sense.
About the intelligence buff.
Well, if I get the intelligence buff, then I become even more of a glass cannon than I already am. Because then I lose strength. You know,
See, what he's going to do is he's going to make it so that way your intelligence goes up, and then he's going to include
That
negative
achievement
side
goes
effects to
down.
buffs.
Achievement
It's
down.
It's like why would you do these things? I mean, because especially considering you can't stack buffs. And so it's like if you've already limited the types of buffs that we can actually use, you're creating even more negatives to using buffs. It's kind of like it's to me it's counterproductive and it actually negatively impacts gameplay.
Yeah, I don't know why you do that.
I mean, I ran around for the first couple weeks easily when we got the first buffs with the obsidian potions, and people used to go, "Wow, Laz, you got all these buffs on you." And you know what? I realized A, it was costly, and B, it really wasn't doing that much for me.
No.
So I stopped wasting my money. You know, I hear people going, "Sell potions." People are buying potions. People are using potions. You know what? I don't need to be carrying the extra weight. And the potions ain't giving me that big of a buff compared to what I've just got standing playing by myself. The buff doesn't, I ain't got 20 seconds or a minute, to stop, click the buff, get it for 30 seconds, and keep doing that. No, I understand that this is supposed to alleviate that, but I'm going to be penalized now for a longer buff. I just stay away from
this.
them.
This is one where it's like currently. Like spell buffs, as you approach GM, they already last for several minutes, whereas at low level. So it's like, I wonder if he's referring to that 1 hour buff is at GM skill and maybe 5 minutes for no level in it.
Well, we'll have to ask that question then.
Then the other thing is, one of the things that has been around since Kickstarter was the getting drunk off of alcohol, and Richard's conversations about the alcohol system in game, to where if you drink a lot of potions, you're going to be stumbling around drunk. And
right now
there is an alcohol effect somewhere in game as well.
Now, and I gotta argue that one too. I don't mind if I'm drinking alcohol and I get the alcohol effect. But when I just hold the glass up and go toast, and the next thing I know is my character is wobbling around for a minute because I held my glass up and toasted somebody, the drunk effect should not be tied to emotion.
Part of the toast is you have to drink.
Okay, but who says I've got alcohol in that glass?
Me? I know you.
Okay, I just wrote a whole bunch of journal entries. That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's because Charlotte was
Charlotte just died. She croaked. She was so bored by your comments.
She killed herself.
You heard about the buffs.
Charlotte had just offed herself.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Actually,
6,
I think that monkey
7,
killed her.
8 journal entries were just changed.
That happens every time they summon her. Yeah, it happens all the time.
It was
Let's
the turkey.
summon her before. Same thing.
Killing me, you guys. You're
Death
killing
to
me.
avatars.
It's that welfare service of the Oracle. Now I got to answer no. I got to answer a different question now. Get my welfare.
Okay, so
hey, that's Led Zepp's interpretation of the welfare system.
Yeah,
I gotta love it.
That was Lums actually said that.
Was it? Who coined that?
Mentioned
okay,
it
so moving right along, if we actually look at Chris's comment, he's saying, so Strength of Earth might add 12 strength, but subtract 6 air attunement and 12 max focus.
Man, come on.
Two negative.
Yeah, I mean,
come on.
Because I mean, if Laz is in my party, I can buff him without his permission.
which I hate.
Yeah,
when people do
I
that.
know, because the lower overwrites the higher buff too. That kinda
so
sucks.
that's one where he's going to actually, he is soliciting information, like, so
Bad.
he is asking for information.
Bad.
So if you want to respond to Chris's comments, you can always do so on the forums. And Charlotte Gray is back with Death to Avatars.
Oh, my
And
journal's gonna blow up again.
it's all good. All good. It will happen in a few minutes. And so that takes us to today's comment. And today is all load times. This starts with a war on shaders. Rawr! And while they preload and pre-parse some, many are not loaded until entering a level. For Odurus, something like 10 seconds is spent just parsing shaders that are unique to that scene. Today, he's beginning his war on old shaders and removing them.
So they won't have to parse them, and that'll cut at least 10 seconds off, is what he's saying.
Possibly. Because it's going to have to be replaced by something else that's possibly more efficient. So if you remove 10 seconds and you change it to 9 seconds, you only gained 1 second load time. And
Cedar just took a dive.
What?
His corpse is twitching there behind the piano.
Seder has decided that he's groveling or something like that.
No, he just died falling off the.
He jumped.
He jumped. Yes, I guess he was trying to get on top of the wheel of pain, and he missed his mark.
Yeah.
Yes. So he's just gonna go sit on the grass and be safe now.
Well, actually, we could actually talk about the Just One Life campaign.
Yes, we again a lot of good stuff. Now, of course, this final decision on those final items has not been approved yet, so we really can't show those yet, can we?
No, but we can.
And we can talk about the campaign and do all that good stuff, and.
I mean, it is one where we are currently involved with the Airy Fund, and the Airy Fund is doing the Just One Life community cause, which is supporting the Trevor Project, which is all about helping to end LGBTQ youth suicide. And that is because between the ages of 14 and 24, I believe, I lost the chart. The statistics on youth suicide are actually 4 times higher in the LGBTQ group. It's 4 times higher. So it is something where it's like sometimes people need someone to talk to, and the Trevor Project does provide that kind of lifeline for other individuals.
That is correct. Now, there's a lot of different things going on throughout the community. There's a lot of different ways that you can just get in game and help. And of course, the good folks over at Prism have put up a community schedule of things that are going to be going on. That's down here in the list as soon as I can get to it.
If you go to the Airy Fund, you can actually see a list of those items. So coming up this Saturday is going to be the Boat Emote Party for Just One Life. So if you have any emotes that you need to trade or you need to receive, you can go to the Prism Boat Emote Party. And don't forget, there will also be several streams over the week that will probably be talking about this in much more detail.
Yes, you'll be able to check out Arius' stream. Arius will be, of course, covering that throughout the month. This is a month-long fundraiser out there. You'll see
a 48-hour stream.
Streamathon, that is right.
Yes,
and of course, M60 is out there covering this throughout the month on his stream, and Arius is again mobilizing other streamers. So if you are a streamer and you want to be on the 48-hour stream, get in touch with Arius Coilmore here in game, or come on into Discord and send him a message right here, and he will let you know what's going on with all that. But of course, one more thing to note is that this fundraiser is tied into Shroud of the Avatar, and for a $25 donation to the Just One Life cause, you can get this beautiful community cloak to commemorate the effort and show that you supported the Just One Life campaign through Shroud of the Avatar. Now, of course, there are different pledge levels. Of course, again, I want to congratulate Katrina Magencia out there for the award-winning artwork that is going to appear on these T-shirts. There's going to be a collectible T-shirt for this campaign, as well as a poster. And different pledge levels will get you different tiers in the rewards. But again, if you want the collectible cloak and you're one of those folks that cloaks are a must-have, this is something you should support.
Yeah, and I'll say, great job bringing that up, guys. And I think we'll have the final versions of the T-shirt and the poster on lockdown this week. We're pretty close to that right now, so look for that. Probably by Friday, we'll have the final versions of that up there, and they're looking pretty nice so far. So do check those out.
Absolutely. And hopefully by week's end, we'll have some other major updates on all this good stuff for you as well.
We have some big updates coming. The cloak has been approved, by the way, and you're seeing a picture of it. And we may have a little bit of interesting news on that as well. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned, NBNN, for the latest happenings right here.
Yay.
Yay. Next up in the news. We don't
forget, if you want those rewards, you have to go to airyfund.org and make the donations there.
Correct.
If you
got to use that donation
project, you will not qualify for those rewards. So that is very important.
Yes, absolutely.
You got to track it somehow.
Yes.
Now, can I ask a real quick question, Thex? Somebody said they were looking at something and they made a donation and they didn't see it update. Do we know what the story is with that?
Yes. Yeah, I think we figured that out. I think that the goal thing, and I actually took it down. People can still access it, but the problem is PayPal will only update when PayPal processes the money. So you may get the receipt saying that you donated, but until the money actually moves, the goal doesn't move. It's strange how it works.
Gotcha. So that's the answer for those folks who've been asking. Said, looking at the tracker and trying to see their donation rack up on that. Doesn't add up.
I took the tracker down on the website just because it's so far behind, and we do have an API for streamers and such. I think Arius has a copy of that where he can actually pull the tracker up. But since it's not to the minute accurate, I don't know how valuable it is to look at.
Gotcha.
We need to play with it,
Jack.
Say what?
I guess you didn't hear Scrota playing. You're stepping all over our bard there. Yeah. No wonder why he feels insulted all the time.
I didn't hear Scrota playing.
Stepping all
I heard the game music.
He's up there crying on his piano.
Cheering.
Now.
He's cheering on top of me.
Yeah.
He's he's standing on my head.
He's whipping it out and he's about to whiz on top of you. That's what he's cheering.
No, he's crying because.
Yeah, I told you. See? Anyway, moving right along.
He's raining blood on me.
Yeah, there you go. Is that raining blood?
That's awesome.
Puking blood.
Is that what you want to call it? Puking blood.
Okay, so Scrota, go back to playing, and hopefully I'll be able to hear you this time, because I did not hear Scrota playing at all. Oh, I think I know why I didn't have the camera facing the piano.
There we go.
Well, again, I'm actually hearing you today play, and my camera is in its usual position, which is, Hey, well, whatever.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Moving right along, what else we got to touch on before we start wrapping up and doing the roll on out of here routine?
Well, let's see. There was something else that I was going to talk about, but I forgot.
You want to talk about Anthills?
Oh, yeah, Anthills. That was don't have any pictures preloaded on that, but we can.
I don't have any pictures preloaded either.
I can post some pictures up there.
Well, you can post.
Dex took some pictures.
Heck yeah.
But it was a. I mean, so Richard decided to do an anthill pour at his property because. So is this? Friday that we were invited to go to it?
It was Thursday. When I got into Austin.
Thursday. So we went out to Richard's property. Sorry, dropped a needle. And he had done an anthill pour the day before, and his property manager, Dale, had already started digging it up and pulled out a backhoe, and because he had lost it. And so Richard and a group of other people, including let's see, what's her name? What's her in-game name? Sienna Thorne was there.
Sienna?
Yes.
Trumpet.
Yeah, she told me that she really loved being called Strumpet. So the redheaded Strumpet was actually operating the backhoe.
She brought brownies too.
Yes. So the hoe of destruction.
The good ones?
Was on the hoe of destruction.
Oh, jeez.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, that was Obla 3, where there was there was the hoe of destruction there. Yes, the hoe of destruction did come out in Hobla 3, and it was picked up by the hoe of destruction, and now she's graduated to the backhoe of destruction.
Misogynist.
So she did. That has nothing to do with misogyny.
Yeah, right.
You don't know what the hoe of destruction is.
Pig.
Hoe of destruction. I mean, Google search that, man.
Got it.
It is an item
Next.
from everybody's favorite game. The hoe of destruction.
Ultima 7.
Gotcha.
Seriously, dude. It's like you don't play these games, and hoe is HOE. Like the backhoe of destruction.
Yeah, well, it's the same anywhere.
It's a backhoe.
Hello.
I mean, hello. Well, that's it. Man. So we lost the anthill and only recovered a small amount of it, and I got into the hole, dug a little bit.
Yeah, we saw you trying to bury Lord British in that hole. That wasn't going to happen.
Have you seen him since then? I think not.
I have not.
Let's see, yeah.
Ooh. Things that make you go,
Although we did get to hang out with Ravelox. Ravelox was out there. So was, I got to look at pictures. Lord
Merrick.
Nimrod. Merrick Dragon was out there as well. Winfield was there. Thex was there.
Fish.
Justin was there. Although I don't have any pictures of them.
I didn't see any pictures of Jess when she was hanging around and lurking in the shadows.
Yes, she was.
Damn it.
Should I tell the bathroom story, Thex, or will that give me punch?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, do you really want to go there? Yeah, we should let Thex tell the story, or let Jack set it up and then let Thex. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know the intimate details of the bathroom story.
What intimate details?
Well,
I'm thinking about
it was his first time to go to Castleton.
How Thex met Lord British bathroom story.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Thex, what was your opinion of Castleton?
What was my opinion?
Yes, and did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was awesome. It's funny. I got into Austin. My plane was a couple hours late, and Jack picks me up, and I'm anticipating at some point during the weekend I'm going to meet Richard. I don't know that for sure. It's something I've always wanted to do. And I get in the car with Jack, and the first thing he says to me is, "Richard needs our help at Castleton." And I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to Castleton.
Guess I'm going to go meet Richard.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go meet Richard. So, we have a couple hours to kill in between having to go to Castleton and help Richard with his anthill project. And we end up going to the bar for a little bit and having a few beers. And, 3 or 4 beers later, we decide to make the drive to Castleton. And as we go into the property, which is gorgeous, by the way, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to pee. The beers are calling. My seal is broken. So I say, Jack, can I pull over and, empty my bladder? Because, I don't want to meet Richard with the nervousness of having to go to the bathroom. So he's like, okay. So, I get out of the car. Yeah, no, well, dude, years later, right? And so I get out of the car and I'm sitting there peeing, thinking I'm the smartest guy in the world because, I am taking care of this issue before I meet Richard Garriott. And lo and behold, who drives right up as I'm peeing? Richard Garriott.
You kid. What a kid.
Yeah, peeing on his property, right? So, right as I'm literally finishing the pee, I jump in the car and I'm like, Jack, is that? He's like,
hello,
that
Richard.
was Richard. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
No. I said something else first.
God.
I said,
what was
hey,
that?
if the license plate says this, it's Richard.
Yeah, well, we see this like Batmobile coming up around the corner.
It's just an Audi.
Yeah, and I'm literally like shaking off and
An
jumping
Audi,
in the
I thought
car.
it was a Saab.
No, it's an Audi.
Kid. What a kid.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh shit, man, Richard, I was peeing in Richard's property and he just drove by and now I got to go meet him. He couldn't have been nicer.
Now I got to go shake
his
his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually shook his hand after we played in the dirt a little while. So, I was like, I'm going to get a little dirty first, then I'll shake his hand because he obviously know what I was just doing. So, but I mean, it's one of those stories that I'll always remember because, when I was a little kid, I used to dream about meeting Richard Garriott.
I've been dreaming about meeting Richard since 9 years old, and now this is my first experience.
Yeah, I'm like, I had this grand vision in my head about how awesome it would be and what exactly would go down, and me standing in the bushes with, whatever
was
going
not
on.
what you were envisioning, I'm sure.
Yeah, peeing on his property like a troglodyte. But,
marking your territory.
Yeah,
we can't
okay.
make this shit up, folks. I'm telling you, we can't make this up any bit. This is real stuff here.
If you ever go to Castleton, there's normally a collection of porta-potties.
Yeah, you barbarian. Jeez.
But none of the porta-potties were available.
Now they're like locked up.
They were locked up because it wasn't in use, and you do have to remember that you rent. Most of the time, you rent porta potties because you've got a service contract. And so it was a time of the year that he didn't expect a lot of people to be using the property. And so it was all locked up.
All locked up.
And we did not know that Richard's cabin was unlocked at the time. Or he could have been like Justin and Sienna and used Richard's bathroom.
Yeah, but I thought I was being smart. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this. Duck into the bushes and shit.
Yeah.
Barbarian.
Isn't there a bathroom at the theater?
No, there's porta potties outside.
No, I thought inside the theater there was just 2 bathrooms they used as dressing rooms.
Well,
inside.
That's locked up.
Oh, well, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Never mind. Moving right along.
And I haven't used the dressing room bathrooms, so yeah. So moving right along, we do have Community Calendar, which is always available on the NBN app, which you can download at the Google Play Store or the iTunes Store for your Apple products, or for your Amazon products. Like your Kindle. You could download it on the Amazon App Store. Just do a search for NBN or Shroud of the Avatar to find the NBN.
You got a smart device. We've got a store for you.
BlackBerry? I'm joking. Okay, so
HTML5 web version.
Will it work on my Palm Pilot? Oh damn!
It's not a smart device.
Someone came to Grumpy Old Gamer's door. Hi, Grumpy.
Yes, bye, GOG.
Don't forget that the NBN app is also on the nbn.info website, which you can always access. And it is the most comprehensive community calendar out there. Laz has taken the hard time to find as many public calendars as he could. And if you do not see your public calendar listed and you want it added, you can always email that guy at news@nbn.info and make sure that you have a Google public calendar with your events listed, and he'll get it added as soon as he figures out how to do the buttons. Sometimes it takes him a few times to realize it's a private calendar. No one else can see it.
Yeah, like that
It needs to be public.
Airy Fund count. Well, that wasn't my fault, but the Airy Fund calendar didn't get added till the day of the first event, which was, it should have been there before. Yeah. Hey, at least
You're
I'm
the
not-
one that was in control of that one, too. Ah, you're killing me, Smalls. Killing me.
I got some pictures coming into the Discord right now. People want to see the anthill dig.
Very cool. Very cool.
Then after that, don't forget,
Yeah, they are.
all times on the community calendar are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia Time.
Nude Britannia time.
Yes. Today at 12 and 6 around the clock, two idiots interpret the news so you don't have to on a show called Lunch with Laz and Jack on WRFB.
WRR.
This afternoon at 1:30, you can join Violation and Chris as they do Tech Talk Tuesday number 7.
Tech Talk Tuesday.
Yes. At 2 p.m. in Shroud of the Avatar, you can join Sean Silverfoot for the PAX Lair Town Manager Hour. Yay. The funny thing is, if you were watching my stream, I've read these so many times that I'm not even bothering to open them up. At 3 p.m., you can join Wintermute Offcoff for the EVL Euro Dungeon Crawl, which starts on the overworld map outside of Zoltan. No, actually, Owl's Head. Outside of Owl's Head.
Owl's Head. Yeah, so you better open them up and read them.
Not even. At 7 p.m., you can join Zenny for the EVL's Monster Mash Dungeon Run. And if that's not your thing, you can join Malhari and the Jade Dragons for Chilblain's Compendium of Pain and Suffering.
Compendium of Pain.
Yes.
And
That is
suffering.
meeting inside of Braemar. And while you're doing either the dungeon run with the Jade Dragons or the Monster Mash dungeon run with EVL, you need to tune in your ether amplifiers to WRFB.
Hey, man. WRFB.
For the 70s at 7.
70s, that's it.
At 10 p.m. on Avatar's Radio, Temper Tantrum Tea Days, because Amber Rain said she's back. And the final event of the evening is on WRFB, and that's the Record Room.
WRFB.
And that's our community
Radio
calendar.
Britannia.
Yay! In Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar.
And Thorfinn Skull Splitter just wants to hang out between us.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just hanging
Well, let's
out.
get some of these pitches up here real quick. Let me get some of these originals opened up there, and we'll show the good boys and girls what we have there for them. Ooh, I can't show that. That's
What are you talking about? So we've got Sienna Thorne playing around with the backhoe. We've got Lord British in the backhoe. Jack standing inside of the pit looking for the ant trail. Winfield.
Covered it up.
Sienna. What did each cover up?
You're in the dish, should have covered it up with bago. Oh, you're operating it too, jeez.
yeah,
That's
there
scary-
it is.
scary
There's
thought.
Jack in the hole.
Jack in a hole. It's a
Yeah,
jack
he
hole.
couldn't find the hole. He couldn't find the
Nothing
hole.
like
Yeah.
Jack in a box. It's
Jack
in
needed a little help
hole.
getting into the hole.
Oh,
Jack needed a helping hand getting into the hole.
He
And then
couldn't
he's
find
like,
it no matter how hard he tried.
man, you don't have shoring, man. That's a violation, man. I'm gonna call OSHA. Hell.
yeah. It doesn't see what you can't see in that picture. Actually, if you zoom in, you can actually see that I'm wearing sandals. So my flip-flops means my feet got a little dirty. Then after that, we did eat some snacks out there. few people ran by the store beforehand. You can see me walking up to the fort.
You can see our office down there at Castleton.
Yes,
That's the Castleton
that is the
NBN.
provisioner.
The NBN field office out at Castleton. That's where we do the show.
Dex has added a few more pictures. Don't forget the pirate ship. Lord British inside the hole. It was actually dug all the way down to, I believe, 8 feet deep. So it did get deeper.
Yeah, and by the time he got a little crazy with that bucket loader, and by the time we were done, that thing was like 20 feet wide, or maybe 10 feet wide. I mean, he started digging straight into the. It was pretty something to see.
I mean, how big was this anthill that they poured this aluminum on?
Well, it was just regular size anthill.
I know what that pavilion looks like and how big that is. He trenched that thing out looking for this thing, man. It's
yes, and he couldn't find it. When I was in the hole, I will say that I did see lots of live ants. So, yeah, I did not do much digging in the hole, but I did do some digging.
No, very good.
Yeah, it was funny. We started, and he was like, let's use these brushes and these small trowels and dig this out. And we tried that for about 2 minutes, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna rip this shit up.
And it was actually me doing the digging with a shovel.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not seeing anything, and I'm knocking around what we're told is where it's supposed to be. And there's nothing.
Nothing.
And then I'm like going, okay, there's ants coming out of this hole. There's ants coming out of this hole, which means the aluminum never touched those spots.
The ant hole.
Yeah, the ant hole of destruction. Yeah.
Watch it.
Alrighty. Anyway,
Thankfully,
we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping it up and getting out of here today. I promise all you guys we'll have the sponsored thing figured out here, hopefully by week's end. But of course, want to thank all our sponsors out there. You guys are awesome. Of course, want to thank all the folks who made the Royal Warrant possible for us. All you guys who supported us over the last couple of years, thank you very much. A big shout out to Katrina Magencia, who's little forum post actually started the floodgates on that. And thank you to Katrina for going, hey, these guys haven't gotten that. They should be recognized. I want to give a big shout out to Katrina, becoming a very active member in the community.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, we love you guys, all you guys out there who join us every day, come and hang out, comment, add to the fun, and just make our days that much brighter. We gotta love you guys. But of course, don't forget SodaCon Austin 2017. We've got some updated information on that, and we will be bringing you that by next week, I'm told. So we will have information relating to SodaCon Austin 2017. Stay tuned here to NBNN and WRFB for the latest updates on that. And of course, let's give a shout out, of course, to the good folks over at the Marketplace, shroudmarketplace.com, for all your virtual vendable needs. If you want to start your own store,
Marketplace, the place to go buy or sell anything Shroud of the Avatar related. 50 vendors now? 50?
50.
Yes. Although someone set up their store name as none, so we don't. I don't
They'll
know
get
anything
to it.
about that. Yeah, they'll get to it. So in the beginning process of them setting up their store. Don't forget, if you're looking for Game Gold, Crowns of the Obsidian, anything Shroud of the Avatar related, it can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace. If you're interested in selling your wares, you can always register for an account and then click on vendor registration, and you can start selling your stuff. And that is anything game related, from accounts all the way to services. If you want to sell your cheese sign writing for cash, you can do that. Or weddings, anything game related can be bought or sold on Shroud Marketplace. And it is actually that time of the day to where we
gotta
have
get
to
out of
bid
here. That's
adieu.
right.
But we do have to thank, as Laz had already said, thank you everybody for hanging out with us, watching us. Thank you for hanging out in Discord. Thank you for tipping on my stream. Thank you for or cheering on my stream. Thank you. And thank you for everybody watching out on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on Radio Free Britannia. That guy's Laz.
And I'm Jack.
I said that guy's Laz.
I said I'm Jack.
Okay.
I pointed to you.
Yeah, you pointed that way. Yes.
And we are NBNN. Stay tuned for more news, sports, entertainment, crazy, wild happenings. The latest hijinks and shenanigans right here on NBNN on WRFB. Have a great day, everybody. We will be back tomorrow with more news here for your enjoyment. Have a great day. We will see you all tomorrow.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Bye-bye. Don't have too much patience. Thank you. Love you.
She knows. You know who you are. Just don't act like you.
Yes. Dragon. It's gonna attack Laz. Watch this. Watch this. It's gonna straight up attack Laz.